Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Lab.com. I'm going to do a quick little 3 to 4 minute video on how to manage a situation you didn't see happening. Okay, NVIDIA, a stock that we've been watching for the past few sessions. We've been trading it actively for a few years. It moves when it wants to. Was looking somewhat constructive. It didn't break out, wasn't above the momentum level, but it had a nice, what we call a pocket pivot to be in some, so you could watch it for if it were to break out to add more for motion. Okay, today we came in and there was a big downgrade on the tape and no one really knew what to do, but you have to have your set of rules. You look here at the chart in the video. If you look, this is why I was in the stock. The stock was going sideways. It was above the 8 and 21-day moving average. It looked as if potentially there could be a trade above this 110 level to work its way back to highs. Lots of different types of trades. Last time we had a setup, it was this red dog reversal where it pulled in from 120, found the low, came off the low, and went up here. Another trade was right here, another red dog reversal where it was going sideways. They stopped some out and looked well, or it looked like at least it might want to go again. So today, okay, I was long coming in, okay, and because you had Amazon breaking out at highs, Apple strong, Google looked good yesterday, things looked okay, so why not be in some? And then this is what happened. Boom. Okay, basically big gap down, below all the moving averages, below this pivot, the trade changed. So my thought process was, okay, let me buy a little bit ahead of this point of reference. What's the point of reference here? That is 103.58. Potentially that could be a spot, that could hold. It was actually not a good idea. I was buying a little bit too early before the open. So my thought is let a 5, 15, 30-minute low come into play, try and trade off that, salvage it, and then if it breaks the low, just get out and say, you know what, it didn't work. This pocket pivot was a trap. So if you go to I'd say let's go to the 1 minute chart. It might be easier to look at. So here's your 1 minute chart. Okay, basically, it quickly put in this low, all right, right there, which was right around 102.46. Okay, so that was the spot, the price discovery. Okay, so right here, it came in, came back up, and right around this 103 when it made this little double bottom, I was buying more. Okay, made a double bottom, did price discovery, was buying around this, was somewhere like, right here when it broke the opening range. It broke this 103 right here. So on this move up, I've now had a little bit of an better cost. I came down, at least I knew what was going on here, what the low was. So I bought more here, took some off. Then I said if it holds above this 103.60, I'll stay with it. It broke below. Then I was back to a little less than I had overnight, and I said, okay, now if we break the morning low, I'm done with this trade. Made a little bit on the bounce, made a little bit. If I was flat this thing and wasn't in it overnight, I probably would have been looking for the double bottom, maybe looking to buy here above the 5-minute high, okay, and making a little cash flow, which some traders did. So instead, I made a little bit back, sold it here, and then I didn't look again since. Okay, and now at this point, NVIDIA just went from being a potential A+ setup, looking like it could continue what's been a great trend, holding sideways to go, to now a stock that's lost momentum. Doesn't mean it's game over, but it means that now you're below the 8 and 21 day. Now you close in the dead lows. Now you have a hole in the chart, and your next level is here and here. And for tomorrow, what we know now is today's low, 134. If you open below it, maybe it comes off and you could buy it for a bounce. Maybe it does a red dog reversal, or maybe it continues back into support. But at this point, you have no idea. The trade changed. Although it hurt, it could have been worse. It's going to happen to you again in this business. You have to know how to deal with it, how to trade around it, and then just move on. Hopefully this helps for you for the way you reacted with it today, and hopefully it'll help you react with something in the future and at least get you a little bit more familiar with my language when I talk about things that I'm in that we have to trade around to potentially do well with, because if it would open down and we were able to buy more and it traded well and filled the gap, we would have made a heck of a lot more money if it opened up and went through. But anyway, it didn't happen. Trade changed, we move on, and we'll figure out what's next. Have a good afternoon, and again, I hope this helped.